Mr. Mayor, I can confirm you are live.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's special council meeting on July 15th, 2024. Individuals who are interested in participating in this meeting were eligible to register online using the delegation registration form at www.kitchener.ca/delegation or via email at delegation@kitchener.ca. Any written comments received prior to the commencement of today's meeting have been circulated to members of council and will form part of the public record of today's meeting. The meeting live stream and archive videos are available at www.kitchener.ca/watchnow. Today's meeting is being held virtually, and our August committee meeting day will likely be held virtually as we're in the midst of renovating our sound system in the council chamber. So thank you to those who have joined us virtually for the meeting. Before we commence the meeting, I'd like to acknowledge that this afternoon we're gathering on the traditional territory of the Neutral, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee peoples. We recognize our responsibility to serve as stewards for the land and honor the original caretakers who came before us. Our community is enriched by the enduring knowledge and deep-rooted traditions of the diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit in Kitchener today. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Councillor Davey.
Yes, I have a conflict on the caucus item arising from an indirect pecuniary interest of a family member.
Okay, thank you for that. There being no others, that's been noted. Because we'll be going into camera first, you'll once we vote on that, you'll have to, I guess, step off the meeting, and then we'll let you know, and we'll pause before we go back into the public session of the meeting.
Okay, great. And I do intend to participate in the balance of that item in the public session. So just a reminder that we'll have to vote on that separately.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for that. So that has been noted. So we'll move into the in-camera section. Is there a motion to go in camera? Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Owaduni. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. So we'll say, so motion to recess, Councillor Schneider, Councillor Stretch, all those in favor, opposed, that's carried. We'll see you in a little while, Councillor Davey and Madam Clerk, if you can let us know when we're in camera.
Through Mr. Mayor, Councillor Davey, you can just be put on hold and we will bring you back to the meeting. Mr. Mayor, I can confirm your live streaming.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to today's special council meeting on July the 15th. We'll now proceed with our agenda, having finished our in-camera session, and we'll move into the staff reports, item 6.1, the Building Faster Fund, and there is a report in the agenda. Mr. Lautenbach or Mr. Reedman, did you want to say anything in terms of in the public agenda, public portion of the meeting? Or anybody else? Mr. Lautenbach, go ahead.
So through the mayor, we don't have a formal presentation on this report, but as the report outlines, we're required to put forward a investment plan related to our Building Faster Fund that we received, are in receipt of 14 million from the province. There are 3 projects that are identified in the report: the Brom Yards remediation for 1 million being allocated to that project, Sandrock Creek, Meadow Lane Park stormwater improvements, where we are recommending 3 million be allocated to that project, and then also 10 million for land acquisition for future housing. And so staff are available if there are any questions related to the report, but we do require a council resolution to then submit that investment plan to the province in terms of what our plans are for that 14 million from the Building Faster Fund.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Mr. Lautenbach. I do see a question, Councillor Singh.
Yeah, so as part of this report, is Brom Street also a direction?
Sorry, we're having a hard time hearing you. I don't know if you can move closer to your mic or...
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. There we go. Thank you.
Oh. Perfect. Sorry. As part of this report, is Brom Street also a direction for the remediation? Or is that just related to past direction and discussion already?
Through the mayor, there is direction for Brom Street. It's to do the studies, not the actual full remediation. We wouldn't be able to complete the remediation in time because the funds need to be spent by March 2026, and we don't believe that we'd be able to remediate that site in full by that time.
Again, I think it's still a probably interesting comment, but in aspect of caution, as I own property adjacent to Brom Street, I'll just declare, well, it's not directly adjacent, but close proximity. I'll declare a conflict on that part, but take the vote, participate in the vote on the remaining items, if that's okay, Mr. Mayor.
That's fine, yeah, and so I'll have to deal with that piece separately and the land acquisition piece separately due to the conflict previously noted by Councillor Davey. Are there other questions? I'm not seeing any other hands. Does somebody want to, well, I'll actually, I guess, need to, well, I'm going to ask for people who don't have conflicts to move and second it. Moved by Councillor Johnson and seconded by Councillor Schneider. Thank you. Any comments? I'm just briefly going to acknowledge and thank the provincial government for the 14 million that they've made available through the Building Faster Fund. You know, and I want to thank staff for the work that they've done in the last couple of weeks to get this report ready, and council for making themselves available during what is normally a break time from our normal council schedule. I think this is a good list and really allows us to you know, look at how we can use the Building Faster Fund along with other, you know, federal and local resources in order to support housing construction and other infrastructure priorities that facilitate housing going forward. Councillor Singh.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'll just be very quick, just to state that I think the provincial government should be quite happy in the partnership it's formed with the City of Kitchener, City Council, especially of us always being able to be in the forefront of being creative on housing strategy and getting housing built fast. And so I'll just summarize it. This is another example of Kitchener getting things done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. So with that, I am going to deal with the first recommendation to include Brom Yards remediation in the investment plan. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried with the noted conflict from Councillor Singh. I'll next deal with Sandrock Creek, Meadow Lane Park stormwater improvements. All those in favor? Opposed? That's Councillor Stretch, you were in favor, right? Yeah, okay. That's carried unanimously. And then the land acquisition for future housing. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried with the one noted conflict from Councillor Davey. Thank you, everyone, for that. We now have one item coming from the Dangerous Dog Designation Appeal Committee. I understand, Councillor Deneau, that you're bringing that forward?
Yes, I am, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Sorry. Rising from this morning's meeting, the designation of the Dog Designation Appeal Committee, we are designating dog cane, C-A-N-E or K-A-N-E, as prohibited, as referred to council from the appeal meeting held earlier this day regarding an appeal filed by the Humane Society of Kitchener-Waterloo and Stratford Perth for the dog be ratified and confirmed as outlined on Corporate Services Department Report COR-2024-326.
Okay, thank you. And sorry, that's moved by yourself and seconded by
Councillor Johnson.
Councillor Johnson, thank you. Any discussion? There not being any, those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. There is no mayoral business and updates. Motion for 3 readings of the bylaws. Moved by Councillor O'Dooney, seconded by Councillor Schneider. Thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And Madam Clerk, any other business before I adjourn?
Through the chair, no, that's all the business on the agenda.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So motion to adjourn, moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Schneider. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Dun, dun.